Hey NLW fans, back again with another video here. This time a Q&A. Obviously I've just put out WrestleMania 4. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was one of my favourite shows to make at least. But there are some questions surrounding what the future of NLW is going to be. So I've asked you guys to leave your questions and I'm going to try and answer as many as possible in this video. But before I get into answering the questions, let me just remind you of the update I gave about a week ago. There is going to be NLW episodes in the future, so don't worry. So it's not going anywhere, but it may be a while before you see an episode that's uploaded. Because of lockdown, I haven't had access to my figures or set until just recently, in fact. So during the time where I didn't have the set or anything, I was experimenting with pick-fed episodes, but that is not what the format of NLW is going to be going forward. It's only a few episodes here and there, so I think I filmed about 5 pick-fed, 3 NLW, and 2 metal. And the episodes are going to start on July the 11th with episode 71. But only, as I said, a few episodes have been filmed in this format. The stop motion will return on September 5th. And from there, I hope, fingers crossed, that NLW and Metal will be weekly again. I'm planning on having some shorter episodes, but not too short. They will be weekly, I am hoping. That is if I can get as many episodes done in the next 2 months and then release them to you weekly. With that said, I'll try and answer as many questions as possible. So let's get into it. What pay-per-views will be coming up? Well, the next pay-per-view I can confirm, I've called it Enter the Dragon. That'll be an NLW exclusive, and I'm hoping, I know it's way far in advance, but I'm hoping to get that uploaded around December time. And then after that, there'll be a Metal exclusive pay-per-view. I don't know what to call it yet, but I'm having pay-per-views probably every 3 to 4 months. That's the plan at least, so I hope I can do that. Well, there is no way I'm going to do an NXT. I did try something like that a few years ago with Metal. I kind of put Metal exclusive wrestlers on that. That was before I had a brand split. So I had Pentagon Jr., The Miz, and some other people who weren't getting as much spotlight on the main NLW program. But there's no way I can run 3 brands. Metal and NLW at the same time is bad enough as it is. But yeah, maybe as like a one-off special or something, but not regularly. If you're going to bring back characters like Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Sting, and CM Punk, just to name a few, are you going to reinvent the characters? I'd like to, if I did bring them back, because the reason I take a lot of old people off is because I don't want the show to become stale. That's why John Cena took such a long hiatus, because he was such a focal point of the show that I felt that taking him off would kind of refresh things. But then I brought him back because everybody was asking him to bring him back. It became kind of a meme on this channel. So I did bring him back. And even though I kind of killed him off at WrestleMania 4, it'll probably return, don't worry about that. Are you going to bring any new titles on NLW or Metal? I think I've got enough at the moment. The amount I have means I can focus on individual feuds and not have too many titles to think about. Although, I am planning on bringing back the Hardcore title at some point. It just depends whether that'll be on NLW or Metal. Are you looking for future names for pay-per-views? Like I said, Enter the Dragon will be the next one. I'm planning on having them more named around the people involved in the event, kind of like In Your House, Revenge of the Taker, that kind of thing. So with Enter the Dragon, obviously Daniel Bryan's the new world champion, he'll be a focal point of that show. So maybe the next one after Metal will be named whoever the champion is by that time, but we'll see. What do you think of AEW so far, and what's been your favourite match? I love AEW. I wanted to go to because obviously Fyter Fest was supposed to be in London before, but oh man, I would love to have gone to that. But yeah, it's been brilliant. My favourite show. It's the only wrestling I watch now. My favourite match, I like the Pac versus Omega Iron Man from Dynamite in February. Just fantastic TV match, so fast paced, and like the 30 minutes flew by. But there's been so many great matches. Hangman and Omega versus the Bucks was another good one. I like the one Moxley and Omega, the death match at Full Gear as well. So yeah, I've bought every pay-per-view. I'm really invested in the product. Why do you take so long to upload one match? Well, stop motion, believe it or not, takes a very long time, and a lot of people don't really kind of understand that. They think, oh, why are you taking so long to upload? Why can't it be weekly again? Well, the fact I'm doing it weekly now is a genuine strain on me, but I'm hoping that it will spark more interest in the brand, because I feel as though people kind of forget what the storylines are spread over months, but it takes so long because I put a lot of effort into it. That's basically what it is. You know, I see a lot of YouTube videos. I'm not calling anyone out, but it just doesn't seem like the effort is as much. But with me, I really try and spend time writing and filming and stuff. It's not spontaneous. A lot of thought goes into it, so that's why it takes so long to upload. Will NLW have weekly shows? Yes, coming back in September. How long does it take you to do a show, like NLW or Metal or even pay-per-view? So, yesterday, I started filming NLW again, and I would probably say to film the whole episode before, and even now to an extent, it takes around a day of filming and then a day of editing. So 2 days, and then probably account for 3 days if it's a complex thing to film. But yeah, usually it's 3 days for an episode, and a pay-per-view, geez, you're looking about a month for a pay-per-view, I'd say. On my channel, I have how to film, edit, and write a PickFed show. So I've got those tutorials. If you look on my channel, there's a playlist on the how-tos of NLW, so check those out if you haven't already. When are you going to bring more stars to NLW and Metal? I'm planning on bringing a huge influx of talent. I'm going to do an X Division style cup I'm planning, so there's going to be a lot of new wrestlers in that. Guys like, spoiler alert, like Cedric Alexander, Brian Kendrick, guys like that. But there's a big surprise on episode 71, so look out for that in about a week. I do suggest having 2 separate brands or one. If you're starting out, just have one. I had one for a while. I only added Metal because I was able to film in bulk quite a few shows, and it kind of supplemented the program. But honestly, if I could go back, just have one. It's easier. Will NLW continue frequently or once every month? Hopefully frequently. I'm trying to get weekly episodes out, but even if that kind of falters a bit, I'll try and get more than one out a month at least. Obviously, the reason that I've had longer breaks between episodes in the past year is because I've been at university, haven't been able to do as much, so that's the reason for that. What's your favourite match that you filmed? I'd say the Royal Rumble. The last Royal Rumble I did was my favourite. I like the ones that take a lot of time, and I can look back on it and think, oh damn, I did a good job there. So the Royal Rumble, I'd say. I started PickFed because I watched guys like LKS and Steve-O, and I was also into fantasy booking at the time. So as a kid, I just used to write pages and pages of WWE storylines with my figures, and then I kind of transformed that into an actual show. And if you'll see from the early shows, it wasn't very good at the start, but I got better. Any people that inspire you, again, LKS was a big inspiration early on, Steve-O as well. And also, it's kind of inspiring to see some of the newer animators out there. I don't know, naming them off the top of my head, but definitely seeing other people's shows like stop motions and PickFeds. It's kind of inspiration to be like, okay, I'll try and match up to that kind of standard. Did you see Fighting With My Family? If so, what do you think of it? I thought it was really good. There were some bits where it's like, okay, this is obviously inconsistencies with titles and timelines and stuff, but for a wrestling film, I watched it with my parents, and they're not wrestling fans by any means, but they really enjoyed it, so I thought it was very good. I love Stephen Merchant, and Nick Frost is really good as well. Yeah, good film. I recommend it if you haven't watched it. Least favourite match to make? Any steel cage match is a right pain because the camera goes out of focus and focuses in on the cage, which makes the wrestlers themselves blurry. So stuff like that, that's probably my least favourite. But yeah, anything with a steel cage is a bad match to make, trust me. Do you think you'll ever get a pet cat or dog? That's a nice question. I have a pet cat at home, Maisie. She's a heckin' chonker, but I'm going to preserve Maisie's right to anonymity and not show any pictures of her. What do you think about the Benoit story? Because you used him back then. See, I regret using him because it's kind of a touchy subject, but I kind of separated the performer from the man, so I had him in there, but in hindsight I probably should have taken him out. We get the AEW figures and use them instead of customs. Yes, I've pre-ordered Cody, Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, so they'll replace the custom figures I have at the moment, although I really like the Kenny Omega I've got because it was made by TSM Customs. Go check them out if you haven't already, but I am going to use the AEW figures. Are you going to continue doing a full show or in 3 parts? Because I like the full show you've been doing recently. Yeah, I'm going to keep the full show format. They're just going to be shorter, so I wrote it as if they were full shows that could be split into 3 parts, and then I've made those part chunks into actual episodes, so there is a running thread. Episodes may be shorter, but it's part of me trying to get them out faster to you. Favourite WrestleMania 4 match? Balor versus Jericho. Yeah, that's a good one. Probably Money in the Bank or the main event. If you haven't seen it, Shinsuke Nakamura, Daniel Bryan, Seth Rollins. I really like that. A lot of high, fast-paced action. Because it was my last match I was going to do for a while, I really wanted to hammer home with the near falls and the excitement, so please check that out. It's one of my favourites to make. We ever let viewers decide matches or not? The trouble is, I animate so far in advance that it's difficult for me to incorporate viewers' choice. But who knows? Maybe I'll do a one-off episode. I'll fit it in the schedule somewhere where you can decide the matches. Are you going to do a face reveal? Nah, man. My stage presence is terrible. Where are your action figures? Since the description you mentioned how you didn't have any access to them. Well, I had them at home, like my home where my parents live. Because I've been at university, didn't have access to them. I did buy a few figures, and those are the ones you're going to see in the PickFed episodes. So for instance, Jeff Hardy and Daniel Bryan, I even made like a little makeshift ring out of tin cans and string. So It's going to be unique. It may not be to everyone's taste, but you can rest assured that the regular episodes will be back in September. Will there still be commentary for the PickFed style shows? Yes, it won't just be music. I will be commentating over them. Are you a smark? I guess. Yeah. I mean, I'm not really... when I was like a bit younger, I was a bit like, oh, John Cena sucks and all that garbage. But you know what? John Cena and Roman Reigns, they're brilliant. They're amazing. I wish I could go back in time and slap my bass self for saying that Roman Reigns and John Cena weren't very good, because they're very good. Now, I'm pretty open-minded these days about wrestling. Like, there isn't one style or anything that I like or dislike. And is there any intention to feature any of the new UFC Ultimate Series figures? Yes. I really want to get a few UFC guys in there. I might even do a mini feud with them. I was so excited when I heard the news. Dude, Conor McGregor in an NLW ring. I'd love to see it. Do you watch Impact Wrestling? I stopped watching it around 2018 because they did have a lot of guys like Phoenix, Brian Cage, Pentagon Jr. and all that. And that was, really good. But then most of those guys have gone to AEW or WWE now. So, I've just kind of stopped watching it. I do like some of what they're doing though. The rebuilding phase, it's much better than it used to be. So I would recommend checking it out, but I just don't have time for it these days. Current top 5 wrestling animators. Oh, that's a good one. First of all, ES Productions. Do check ES Productions out, by the way. They've got top 5 wrestling animators of the week. Really good series. And also their own animations are fantastic, so please check them out. So that's one. JWS owner, obviously. LKS, BEW, KWW as well. If I've missed you out, I'm sorry. Where do you make your entrance music? A guy by the name of AFX Wrestling makes my entrance music. His link will be in the description, and he uploads the songs, so check them out. It gives NLW kind of a unique twist to it if it has custom entrance music. When starting out NLW several years ago, did you ever entertain the thought that it would grow as popular as it is? I did not entertain the thought that it would be as popular as it is. I came up around the right time. I think it's really difficult to get noticed these days on YouTube. The algorithm doesn't work in animators' favours, which is a shame because there's a lot of talented people out there. Like I said, check out ES Productions' top 5 wrestling animations of the week because you'll see a lot of, up and coming animators and stuff. It's really cool. But yeah, I'm just so grateful for all of you guys, honestly. If you did a collaboration with another YouTuber, who would you do it with? Well, I don't really talk to many people in the community, which is a shame. I'm kind of isolated from the rest of them, whatever is going on there. My Damn Toys, I guess. Hit me up. He's got the subs, he's got the views, mate. Do a collab with me, commentate on my show. Pet peeves of animation. My back hurting because I was bent over all day yesterday doing the animations for 2 episodes, and I woke up the next morning and my back was in tatters, and that's why I'm doing the Q&A now, just to give my back a rest. So that's the biggest pet peeve. Also, when you do a whole sequence and there's like 5 blurry pictures in it, that's another pet peeve. Where'd you get your inspiration for storylines? Check out my How to Write a PickFed episode. I go through it in detail, how I write and what my process is. Basically, I take things from all different eras of wrestling and all different characters, also movies and stuff. What is the most time-consuming match to make? Hell in a Cell, Rumble, Money in the Bank, Elimination Chamber. Royal Rumble, most time-consuming, but it's kind of fun in a way because you're constantly introducing a new wrestler, so it's new moves and stuff. Probably something like an Elimination Chamber is worse in terms of time and effort because it's such a long period of time that you have to animate for. Have you tried doing a second channel where you upload old and new NLW Superstars Titantrons? No, but AFX Wrestling uploads the themes, and potentially I'll do a second channel. I actually do have a second channel. It's called NLW Clips, but I'm waiting for that to get like 1,000 subscribers before I upload a video. So I'll put a link to NLW Clips in the description, and we'll see how many subscribers that gets. But yeah, potentially I could do a second channel. Favourite figure to pose around? You know what? The new Ronda Rousey figure is really good for posing. I do enjoy the Kurt Angle figure, the Roman Reigns one, I think, is quite good to pose. Most fun storyline, the NWO storyline, because it wasn't even intending to be as big as it was at the start, but it just got bigger and bigger, so that was definitely my favourite, because culminating in such a big match with the WrestleMania 2 main event. So that is it for this video. Thank you for watching. If I didn't answer your question, or you have a question to ask, leave it in the comments and I'll answer it as quickly as possible. A few things to note: follow me on Instagram at NLWstagram. I'm trying to get to 1,000 followers, so if you could follow me on there, it'd be appreciated a lot. I also have a brand new website. It's nolimitswrestling.myportfolio.com, and it's got the updated rosters, title histories and everything, so go check that out as well. The links are all in the description. I've had some people tell me as well that they're not getting notified when I'm uploading, so if you want to solve that, hit the bell icon next to the subscribe button, and that'll notify you of when I've uploaded a video. If you could like this video, it really helps the channel. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you guys later.